And we're live. So we're taking a new the selfie stick that I bought specifically for Paraguay. That ended up being left at home. The only thing we forgot, as far as I'm aware. Much better. And today I bought a new handheld gyroscopic, all fancy, remote controlled, everything. So we're just going to walk and talk, and we're going to talk about our trip and our afterthoughts. Howdy, neighbor. So, what were your thoughts, honey? What'd you think? Was it good, bad, or ugly?
I think it was good. I think after we got settled in and everything, it was great. I love the walkability of it. We walked a lot. We Ubered a lot too, but we walked a lot, and that was really nice. I think after somewhere around the first week, I was missing the kids and grandkids and stuff like that. And then it was really hard because communication was tough. I couldn't text. We had to go through WhatsApp, and only got only my oldest actually downloaded the WhatsApp app. So she was the one I communicated with the most, which was great, because when I needed to talk to somebody or text or something or whatever, I could do that. Tried to add a group, but it didn't work. So, because they have to download the WhatsApp in order for me to add them to the group, and I don't know if it's just too weird or people don't want to do it or whatever.
So it was a lot. It was a lot of work, communication in general.
Yeah.
That was a hold up the whole time. So we're working to resolve that when we go back. So we shouldn't have that issue next time.
Yeah.
I might even set our company up, pay a little extra. So the first 2 months we're there, our plan's just going to work there. We're going to pay the bill, whatever the bill is, just so we have it and we can work from there.
Mm-hmm.
No one's good, and then we'll work outwards.
Yeah.
What else? Get back. What did you like it? What parts did you hate?
I love the weather was great. I can see it becoming too hot because it does get warmer than that, because their temperatures were coming down, but it was never less than 90?
Yeah, unless you're talking night times, I don't think it got below 90.
Yeah, and I love that, but when it gets up over 105 and stuff, it's getting a little warm. But we hung out by the pool when it was warm, and we got sunburned because the sun's different, obviously. But that's something that we would get used to. I love the trees.
It's just as green as here, if not more.
What were some things I didn't like? I think just the stress of just being there and not having the Spanish.
The unfamiliarity and not knowing the language.
Yeah, I think that was the worst.
Because everywhere we went, every little thing. If you guys haven't ever left your own country and gone somewhere where you don't speak the language, you don't know what to expect, where almost all the people don't speak language that you speak, every little thing is difficult. You can't run a microwave. You got to figure out how to do your laundry all over again. How does the refrigerator work? I couldn't even nuke my lunch when we went to the Super Cease because I couldn't figure out how the damn microwave worked.
It was just you wanted to order water when you sat down and you just say agua, and they look at you
and there's 3 different kinds.
Yeah, what do you want?
Or 4 or 6.
I don't care, I just want some water. But
bring me water.
So that part was really, really hard, and it at some point it became less stressful, but it was still such a huge barrier.
Yeah, that first week was pretty rough. I don't think my brain had a chance to calm down and mellow out and not become a zombie for 4 days, just because of all the learning.
Yeah.
It's just you can't do anything. You'd schedule one thing a day, okay, what are we going to accomplish today? Because first we have to figure out the 16 things we don't know to get ready in the morning, because we moved 4 times, just so you guys know, so that we could experience different buildings, different parts of the city, go walking and see different things. So that added a lot of additional learning for us. There was no settling in. For me, if we originally started off as a plan B, because my math says this place is not going to be habitable.
Yeah.
I don't know when, don't know what's going to trigger it, but there's a
Unfortunately,
lot of math.
it feels like it's sooner than later. At my work, they're doing a lot of layoffs because of the budget shortfall in Washington State, and those are state employees, and so they're all, I mean, they're looking to ask us to take some of our salary away to try and make up for that. And then they've cut different programs, like, during COVID, everybody got these special gifts of money.
Remember all the free money, people?
Not free.
It wasn't free.
So those things are going away, and all that has to be made up now. And so there's just a lot of stuff coming down that Dan had showed me. And
walk a little farther so you're not bumping my bra the whole time.
sorry. So anyway, it feels like it's going to be sooner than later, but we're here. I don't know how long we're going to be able to stay in Washington State. It's just kind of...
Well, they just are in the process this next 2 weeks of passing an 800% larger bill for your taxes if you live in Washington than has ever been passed in the history of the state of Washington. Plus some tax by mile and unrealized gains taxes.
So all you people in your electric cars and stuff, now we have to be taxed by the mile because you're not paying gas taxes. So that has to be made up somewhere. Yeah.
Because that was going to be cheaper, right? That's why you
it's
bought it. You were going to save your money, and
so much more expensive.
yeah, because it's all a lie. But anyway, Paraguay, Plan B. That's what it started off being. I can honestly say I could not be happier with a Plan B.
Yeah.
There's absolutely, if you're in trouble and your country's going to crap for whatever, you got war, you got conflict, you got anything that makes you not feel safe, and you need to go somewhere, Paraguay's your shot. Mm-hmm. I don't know why anybody couldn't live there. It's affordable as it gets. It's safe. It's walkable. Pretty much everything you need is there. You don't have to speak Spanish. Google Translate will get you through. To start with, it's going to be rough. Let you know, first month, it's going to be a rough ride. But
first year, if you don't know any Spanish.
Yeah, if you don't got friends or something. But
yeah.
Hey, Plan B, it's worth the money, folks. Don't try to do this shit yourself. If you're trying to become an expat like we are, don't do it yourself. As far as a Plan A, because that's kind of what this is turning into, a Plan A is temporary for us, we hope. We would like to come, well, we have to come back. I have aging parents and need to come back and maybe take care of them, or funerals or estates or something. So I'm forced to come back whether I want to or not. Bombs could be falling and I'm still coming. So we think, it's a gap between retirement and this. Well, it's
one of the things
3 to 5 years.
One of the things that I look at it as is that we get to retire early and not have to wait until we're 70, and then we can't travel and we can't do what we want. We don't, part of going down there is about exploring the rest of South America and
Machu
seeing all of
Picchu,
that. Yeah.
Buenos Aires,
So,
Mendoza.
You got to be healthy and strong enough to do that. So realistically, we got 20 years. So
yeah,
that's not a lot of time.
So let's say we chose, we can't leave, we got to stay. We're going to wait. We'll just wait until our retirement comes. So we stick around 6 more years and bust our ass. We're no longer physically where we are today, I'm betting.
I'm going to be betting.
And then you get there, and it doesn't exist anymore. There's that too.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't ever get to retire.
Oh, and then the other things we never saw in Paraguay. One thing we never saw in Paraguay, chemtrails. Never saw them.
No chemtrails. No drug addicts. One passed out zombie in a cardboard box the whole time we were there. One. Beggars. I only had one, and that was like inconsequential. Wasn't even really a beggar. She was just trying to get your attention because she wanted to sell something.
Oh, I don't remember that.
But so I don't know, whatever your thoughts are on what a third world country looks like. If you watched our previous videos, that was not what I had envisioned when I envisioned a third world country. I think a more accurate description would be a developing country.
Yeah.
It's kind of different down there. Paraguay it's just different. The mood down there is different. Better's not even saying much because of where we're coming from, but
one of the guys, well, we would go to coffee with the Plan B, and he said, I can't wait for Dan to be here and after a year and see how calm and settled down he is.
Well, and so here's why that is, because I was really jacked up because I do macroeconomic forecasting and money finance stuff. I don't know anybody in the 40 years I've been doing it that does this. Nobody knows the language. Nobody understands. Nobody gives two shits. The entire group down there, all of them, are from money. Whether it be executive leadership, ownership, retired poker players. What else did we see?
Yeah, that poker guy was nice. Cool.
Just everything
All
you could think of. But
kinds.
they all studied this. All the guys know the macro. All of them. I'm like, holy crap! I'm in my club. I'm here. I have arrived. I found where they all went.
Where's my people?
My people are here. So, needless to say, I was a little excited to get other opinions and other views and see how they did it. One couple from Texas you could just insert their names into our story. Exact same.
Except that he had a fear of flying, and so they just said,
Well,
screw it. We're just going.
They pulled the ripcord, dude.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm out today.
Yep.
And they literally called Goodwill. Their whole house disappeared. It went up on the market, and they were on their way to Paraguay, sight unseen. You think I'm crazy? That's commitment right there, son. So yeah, I don't, man. If it was Plan B and we were in trouble, I totally would have pulled the ripcord because I had done enough homework already. I don't know how much homework he did prior, but obviously enough to find Plan B and go for it. But they didn't seem. They saw. I could tell he was a little more stressed out because he's like me. He's the money manager, decision making. I got to figure this out kind of guy. And he was still figuring it out. Obviously, he just pulled the ripcord. He's got to be second guessing himself. I know I would have been.
Yeah.
Hell,
sure.
I did it. I had about 30 minutes of panic when we first got there. And then I realized I had already done the homework and I knew we weren't in trouble. We just had a problem we had to solve. So I was able to calm down a little bit pretty quick, but still nerve-wracking. So what do we think? Afterthoughts. It's going to be hot. Oh my God. 120 degrees in the summer for 3 months.
Yeah.
105 was as hot as it got. And actually about the time it got to 95, it was all right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different kind of heat than we're used to.
Everybody says that when they go into hot heat.
Yeah, but at 105, oh my God, you don't get outside very long. I mean, even if you were in a pool, you would want it shaded.
Yeah, most people's pools are in the shade, and I wondered about that, but now I know.
Yeah, and I thought, man, what are all these high rollers? Because all the cars down there, they're not 5-10 years old, all of them. It's rare to see an old one because Asuncion is so new and so developing so fast that 20 years ago, nobody really had a car. there were really streets. They were cobblestone roads, and they rode little scooters and tuk-tuk type vehicles, and it just was different.
This way, car coming.
Gotta get out of the way of the car here. So all the infrastructure's new, which means all the cars are new. And down there, you can't get a mortgage on a house, but you can get a loan on a car. You aren't going to like that interest rate or the price. But I mean, Uber. What did we pay for an Uber? $2?
$2. Most rides were $2. The
$2.
most we paid was, and it was because it was across town from Old Town to where our hotel was, and it was on a Friday afternoon. So I think we paid $8.
Yeah, rush hour, peak hours,
Yeah.
insane money. Woo, you're dropping $8. It would have cost you $8 in the States just for the gas.
Well, I
Before
did-
the taxes that they're planning to put on
I
us.
tried to schedule an Uber like to take us to Costco, which is literally 2 miles away.
2 miles.
And how much was it? Like $25?
53.
No, that was to the airport.
Oh, no? I think it was $53 to Costco.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't
$53
know, it was
to
a lot.
Costco.
We just kind of
2
laughed.
miles. In Paraguay, that's $1.
Oh, not even a block.
And they'll be there usually within minutes. Sometimes
Yeah.
we can't even get down from the 17th floor to get there in time if we don't run.
And then the tip, I always left a tip, and when I looked at my bank statement when I got back, it's like 20 cents.
Yeah, nothing. It's all free. So why own a car? You get a chauffeur for $1.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't really need a car unless you're like, we planned on going and staying possibly in San Bernardino, and that
Sandburn.
we would need a car for that if we wanted to come into town, because it's like 2 hours away. So
I don't think we'd need to go often enough to get a car. We would get. So here's what I'm thinking. The way we lay it out. I mean, we don't know where we're going to live, so we're going to start with 2 bicycles. No matter where we are, we're going to get 2 bicycles, and we're going to ride short distances to go get what we want and do what we want, because almost all of it's walkable. You're not talking about more than a couple of miles at the most. That would be like a whole adventure at 2 miles. Wow, that is different.
yeah.
Neighbor totally gutted the whole yard. I can relate. So anyway, where were we? The car, bicycles.
Bicycles.
Keeps us in shape, gives us a way to run. We'll put some pantiers on there, and we're gonna go for it. There'll be mountain bikes because the sidewalks are brutal.
It's not like we're going to be shopping like we do at Costco, because they don't have a Costco.
Yeah, it's different. But we're also going to be eating out a lot. Like a lot.
Which I don't know if I like or not. I have mixed feelings about that. But their restaurants, their stuff is pretty fresh and nice. But, sometimes you just want a home-cooked meal. And most of the apartments or houses, they have like an outdoor kitchen. So it's pretty simple to like throw something on the grill, which is what we do a lot here anyway.
The food's better there.
Yeah.
It's not even a comparison, guys. Not even close. We had one, I can't even call it a bad meal. It was fast food, senior taco.
I didn't eat there.
40 minutes to get a taco. There's only 5 people in line.
I didn't eat there.
It was just a pocket of grease with meat inside. Everything else was, even Burger King. I mean, that was a good burger. That wasn't the crap that we eat here. All the vegetables were like they just came out of my garden. The bread's lighter down there for some reason. I don't know what they're doing different than we are, but it's different. Meat was real meat. It tasted like meat. It tasted just like something that came off of my grill. So, food, KFC was the same, but the chicken was smaller. I'm assuming because they don't use steroids down there. But it was absolutely outstanding. It gets my vote. It's not. I'm not even going to struggle down there. I don't think. You can go out to breakfast with 4 people and not spend $30 and eat till you can't eat anymore. We have an El Gaucho's here. From what I hear, it's like $50 a person.
I don't know if it's called,
Down there.
It's not called El Gaucho's because El
Right.
This is called, it's at the Tacoma Mall, where they come around with the beef that they've cooked, and then they slice it off for you what you want.
All you can eat buffet style.
It's like Brazilian style is what it is, but it's not. That's not El Gaucho's, because El Gaucho's Steakhouse is in downtown Tacoma, and you can't eat there for under $200 a person. So
we got in and out for less than 50, I think, with tip.
Yeah, it's insane.
Whatever 400 and something Guarani is.
$12.
Yes, 396,
$400.
400, and then yeah, it was nothing. She asked me once when we went to breakfast, how much was that? I said, free. She said, no, how much is it? I said, it's $8. Yep, that was free. Because we totally gorged ourselves for breakfast, got all kinds of stuff to go. We got pita bread to go, a sandwich to go, 2 giant brownie cookies. We both had breakfast. We had 2 mixed drink juice things, a coffee. I mean, $8. So, I for me, it's a total win. There's going to be, we're all going to miss family, friends, hanging out, playing poker, doing all the kinds of things we used to do. Our wonderful kayak river. The thing that sucks the most, I think, is our home. I've lived there for 34 years now. Steph's been here 10 or 11. It's just where we wanted it to be. We're dug in like ticks from a prep standpoint, just to liquidate it. We cannot find a scenario where renting is an option. We live in a blue state where the renter has more rights by a factor of 10 than you do. So that's not really an option. And if as many people are out of work as I think are going to be out of work, no one's going to be paying the rent. And how do you manage a property from Paraguay? Yeah, you can hire someone. Okay, but what am I saving it for? This place is going to go to crap. The values are going to get cut in half. And that's an optimistic number. I've seen this happen in 2008. When I got my house back from my ex, it was upside down. We went into it.
Hi.
Hold on. Neighbors are here. Okay, we're back.
Neighbor.
When I got divorced, the only thing I got was my house back. And the only reason I got it back, 1, because I fought for it, but 2, it was upside down $50,000. Despite having a 50% net gain profit in it prior to the crash. So it more than got whacked in half. So what's coming now is the same thing that happened in 08 on steroids. Because they didn't fix anything. They band-aid over it, lend and pretend. And that's what they've been doing ever since. So, anywho, as far as, for me, it's a no-brainer. We're going to miss stuff. Really going to miss the Green River. We love floating that thing. I'm going to miss my kayaks. I'm going to miss all my tools. I have 6 rollaways, people. 6. I've been saving those since I was 14. I've been collecting tools.
And I obviously I'm going to miss kids, grandkids, all of that, but
we'll be back.
We'll be back, and if anybody ever wanted to take the journey and fly down, we'll have a bedroom.
What could end up happening too is we can come back and say screw it and go back to Paraguay too, because we don't know what this place is going to look like when we go. Where are we going to live? We know it's not Washington.
Yeah.
That's the reason we have to sell. There's no reason to be in the state anymore. In fact, I can give a list of you 10 reasons right off the top of my head why to leave. It's just not. It's not viable here.
It's beautiful.
It's the best state in my
beautiful.
opinion.
Yeah.
When I grew up, this was the best state. It has everything, guys. It has a desert on the right, high desert to boot. We have a rainforest on the left. We have mountains in between. We have oceans. We have rivers. We have every outdoor sport that exists on planet Earth, as far as I know. The weather's got all 4 seasons. Some people would say, well, that's the problem, but I happen to like Four Seasons. I skied a lot. I scuba dived. I've done everything just about. Can't do that in every state. I'm not going to Arizona and learning to scuba dive. Although I do think they teach it there. You're not going to have any fun. You have no idea what you're missing. Nia Bay, where we live, is just spectacular. I swam with whales. I swam with 350-pound halibuts. I swam literally within, I don't even think it was arm reach, more like elbow reach of a 9-foot 6-gill that had just given birth. Whales over my head. I've seen schools of fish and krill so large I couldn't see the other side. It's just every situation you can think of here. So Paraguay's a win. We're going to miss some stuff, but I think we're going to get over it. We'll get by. We'll have some fun. We'll make more videos. We'll keep you all in tune with what's going on, where we go. Machu Picchu's definitely on Mama's list. Mendoza, Argentina is on my list, even though the mama can't drink wine no more.
I could, I just don't want to. I could drink it.
I'm going to take her to Mendoza.
I don't want to.
She'll be drinking wine.
Not saying it's going to be easy, but...
And I'm sure there's going to be other places we're going to discover. I only know about Machu Picchu up to any degree because of one of the gals at work that came over from Peru.
Yeah, we'll have to do some research on that.
I know you take the train. I remember that. You don't take the bus, people. If you're going to Machu Picchu, you pay for the train. And you wait before you go up to elevation, although I don't know why. I work at 7,000 feet all the time, physically stressing out, skiing, hauling stuff up hills, all kinds of stuff. And I don't puke. Neither does any other skier here. And Machu Picchu is only like 700 feet higher. So
that's interesting.
It's really, I guess maybe I've been adapted to it because I grew up skiing or something. I don't know. How do you adapt to that? Anyway, video's getting a little long. We just wanted to give you an update to what our initial impressions are. It would be nice to have some TV once we're there too.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out.
We couldn't log in because we couldn't do text, so they couldn't send you the text notification to say yes, please, that's me.
Yeah.
So no TV for you for 3 weeks.
Which was okay. We watched a couple Spanish shows. That wasn't too bad.
Spanish every day, all day. So I've got my little list. So I'm going to try and learn a word a day while we're here and see what I can do, if I can stay focused on it at any given time to remember to try to keep saying it and thinking it.
Yeah.
So that I can retain it. But that's why I haven't learned it so far, because I got no memory left. So anyway, a lot of people might not know where we live. Good chance we're probably going to go, what do they call it on YouTube? We'll go,
I don't know.
We're not going to go private. We're going to go public and monetized. That's the word I'm looking for. Money guy can't remember monetized. But this is our pad. This is what we're leaving. I don't know if the lighting's right. There we go. So it's nothing fancy. We'll go for a little walk around, a little walkabout. We got a garden over here. We did a little quick greenhouse. This is just for the winter style vegetables and things that we would grow. A little hoop hut. That right there is a giant plant that gets really green. It looks really cool in the front of the house when it grows. Climbing rhodie. We got a couple of Hyundai Tucsons. Side? Oh, this is one of our raised beds. I just put this in last summer, along with the other big one we'll show you in the back. But that was a job. This all got redone last year. Let me get you up better. There you go. I can't see what you're seeing because I haven't got my fancy new one yet, but this was a total disaster. It was weeds 6 feet high. Yeah. That good?
Yep.
All right. So anyway, we cleaned that all up, re-rocked it, re-fenced it. In here,
Put my roof on.
the garage is all new paint. new roof, new venting. The inside's total disaster, so I'm not going to take you in there because you can barely walk through it because of all the construction. We installed solar over there and over here, and I have a third one that can be put in. You can see parts of it right over there. A little frame thing sitting on the ground was its roll around thing. I'm going to mount it to the top of that little greenhouse right there. Another garden in here. It's all got the cardboard on it for winter. We got a little kitchen going up there. What was that? I don't. Sounds like we have a frog. I don't know if you guys can hear that on here, but we don't have frogs around here very often, apparently. And this was the big mother lode project. It's a 500 square foot greenhouse, hoop house. We have doors and windows for it, fully enclosed, wrapped. It's got I'll show you my custom designed watering system. So that just lays on the ground, and it's on a timer, and it's in 4 quadrants. So each quadrant will come on at a different time for a certain time, certain number of times based off what I'm trying to do. It comes up off the ground and hangs on the thing so I could go back and till it and not have to do anything. I don't have to tear it all out every year. And I can patch it and drill holes wherever I want them. So that's pretty much that. We just put in we redid the grass. We just redid the fire pits, all relaid out, re-rocked, cleaned up. We're in the middle of putting water collection system in. That's what the 2 cisterns are for. It was going to be a fire suppression system I was building because the tweakers that were out here in the woods, we got 550 acres out there, and they were getting thick and lighting the thing on fire every year for 4 straight years. So I was going to put up fire suppression. We did all these tiles, and if you look over the side here, we got fire suppression going all the way down. A little fire break thing, and then this big beast. That's another one of those big things. We're almost done with it, and the last of the pavers here going in. So anyway, we should probably do another video on this.
When you get the walls up and stuff.
Because this whole thing with the video thing has been for, it was based off Paraguay and how to plan B. Well, before plan B, this was plan B. I could talk for months about the prep that we did and the research I did, the number of things that I never thought I needed to know that I had to learn. It's a long list. So maybe we'll make another video and we'll shift it up a little bit, and if you think you're prepping, let me tell you why you shouldn't. Let me give you a second plan B and why. The nuts and bolts of it, the prep here was about $250,000. Paraguay, how many? That's a decade. You can just go to Paraguay. You're there 10 years. You can live like a king. I mean, literally a king. Big fancy house, eat out every meal, nothing to worry about in Paraguay. Or you can stay here and defend your home and wish that somebody doesn't burn it down. Plan B sounded better in Paraguay. I'm living large instead of running around worried somebody's going to come burn something down. So, anywho, we're out. Good luck. Hope you guys all find what you're looking for.
Adios.
Oh, like
and subscribe.
There you go. We've been forgetting that.
Yeah, we have. Adios.
Adios, amigos.